Three Little Pigs, The Wolf Story, written by Ned Jensen, illustrated by Joel Sinander. Once upon a time, in a quiet country village, there lived three little pigs. They were the luckiest swine in the country. They had just inherited enough money for their grandfather to build three new houses. The first little pig wanted a warm and cozy house that would help him to relax. He built his house out of straw, the warmest and most familiar materials he knew. The second little pig loved to shock the neighbors. He picked sticks for materials and built a modern house like Frank Lloyd Wright. The third little pig, who planned for any imagined disaster, but a sturdy house of bricks and mortar. Not far off in the cold, damp forest lived a poor old wolf. He lived in the rotten, hollow logs and searched for food for whatever food he can find. He had no money, not a single cent, to build a house or plant a garden. Unlike most wolves, he was a vegetarian. When winter arrived, it was extremely bitter and harsh. The wolf ate so little that he became weak and caught a terrible cold. Soon he constantly sniffing and sneezing. He sneezed so hard that he blew dry leaves off the forest. The sticky wolf left the forest in the search of food and shelters. He sniffed and sneezed as he traveled down to the road. Hussy! Hussy! With each sneeze, the snow rolled into a white cloud around his frost-bitten ears. After walking for several hours, the old wolf came upon the quaint village where the three pigs lived. Being so very cold and so very hungry, he hurried to near house, and as fast as his sniffed body could carry him, he knocked on the straw door. He hoped that whoever lived there would take a pity on him and let him come inside. Before the timid little pigs could reach the door, the wolf began to sneeze and sneeze. Hussy! Hussy! To the wolf's surprise, he sneezed so hard that he blew the straw house apart. The frightened little pig thought the wolf wanted to eat him, so he scurried off to his brother's house. In a trembling voice, the pig warned his brother about the wolf who had blown down his house. They quickly locked the door and hid under the bed. The wolf followed the pig to the stick house, desperate after destroying his first chance at food and shelters. Please, oh please, give me something to eat and one place to rest, he pleaded. The two pigs remained hid under the bed, free for the leaves. Once again, the old wolf began to sneeze and sneeze. Hussy! Hussy! His sneezing shocked the house of sticks. 3 more sneezes and the house fell down. The two panicked pigs ran off over the hills to their brother's house of bricks. Their brother was sure the wolf couldn't destroy his house. To be on the safe side, the pigs locked the door and windows and hid in the safest room. When the two brothers had calmed down a bit, the 3 pigs sat down to a game of cards. The wolf again came begging for food and shelter. He was delirious. The weather and the illness had sapped his strength. One last time, the wolf began to sneeze and sneezed. The brick house stood strong, but the wolf teared her until the final sneeze made him collapse in the drifting snow. The wolf lay there unconscious. After much time passed, a weasel pulling a sled found the wolf nearly frozen. The weasel, being kind of concerned, struggled to pull the old wolf onto his sled. The weasel finally managed to load up the wolf and struggled and tugged his sled to his house and the edge of the village. He held the stick creature to bed, where he nursed the wolf back to a house with vegetables broth. When spring came, the healthy wolf explained his terrible ordeal to the three pig brothers. The pigs were ashamed that they hadn't realized what was happening. The wolf didn't blame them for misunderstanding. To make up for blowing down the two houses, the wolf helped the little pigs rebuild. Then all the villagers joined together to build the wolf a new house. The wolf's new neighbors also helped him plant a garden full of fresh vegetables. From that day on, the old wolf was never cold or hungry again, and he never sneezed another sneeze.